Here we are on this show. Matt, Lauren, Leslie. I don't even need to tell you guys last names anymore. You know what? You know. If you don't, this is the podcast for people who love to shoot film shooters. Forget about the dig. Think film, the exciting thing to do. It's a fun thing to do. Right, guys? Right. And today we're going to be talking about the world's fastest SLR, the Minolta 9Ti.
Flash. Oh. Defender of the universe.
Flash.
Insert Brett Piper explosion here.
Yep.
That's right. We're going to be having a letter extravaganza, a FPP Listener Letterpalooza.
Oh my goodness.
Of letters. You folks have been writing into podcast at filmphotographyproject.com, and you know, those who write in, that you get responses. Not only do you get responses, but I share it with the fellow FPP community. That's you guys. That's right. We're going to be talking about the Debonair update. What's so exciting about the Debonair?
Everything.
What
Here
is
we
it?
are. You know what? If you haven't gotten one, it's time to get one,
Hurry
because
up.
soon you won't be able to get one. What else? Giveaway. We're going to be giving something away. What? Don't know yet. We're going to find out after the break. Pepperoni.
Pepperoni.
Dogs love pepperonis. Hey, we're back. We have also Strudel in the studio. Dogs love pepperoni.
Oh my god.
That's right.
It's like film for them.
They just eat it up.
Hey, I want to send a shout out to the folks who, work behind the scenes at the FPP. Paige Davis, our correspondents, Alex Laux, Hunter Man on the Street,
Yep.
our good friend Brian Moore on the West Coast doing our camera reviews.
Great blogging, yeah.
Yeah, some great blogging. And all the other folks out there, Michael Kalea, who does our web design. It's very exciting. This has been an exciting year so far. And I want to thank everyone for all the amazing letters you send in, because it really is you folks who make the show what it is and as exciting as it is. Because I would be, honestly, folks, probably like a moldy towel sitting in the corner of a garage if it wasn't for you guys out there to keep me excited, because I'm excited about film, but the feedback we get is extraordinary.
This is the best.
This is the best.
Best.
Let's get right into letters. We're going to do letters and then talk about a camera, and then do some letters, and then talk about the strudel, then do letters,
Then we'll talk about pepperoni.
Pepperoni.
I'd like to show you one of the world's great cameras, a magnificent new Retina Reflex by Kodak. This camera is for the professional and the advanced amateur. It's been acclaimed both here and abroad as one of the world's really great cameras. Now here's another great Kodak camera, but in a completely different way. This is the Pony 2, a wonderful camera for people who are just getting started in color slides. Kodak Engineering, the engineering that produced this Retina Reflex, has made the Pony 2 so amazingly simple to use that now you can get color slides every bit as easily as snapshots. All you do to focus the Pony is turn this ring. to close-ups, groups, or scenes. And you can be sure you'll get beautiful slides. Thousands of people, including the Nelson family, have found the Pony camera a real pleasure to use. It costs only $26.75, or as little as $3 down. Why not ask your Kodak dealer to demonstrate it for you? Just tell him you saw it on...
We're back.
Well, we have a letter from Mr. Christopher Indife. I'm a student here at Indiana State University. I've been into Dig for a while, and when I decided to upgrade to an SLR, I couldn't afford to get a DSLR, but I found a Canon EOS Rebel 35mm for $20 on the bay, and I've never been happier.
Nice.
I've only had the camera for about a month, but I can already feel that I wouldn't be going back to digital anytime soon.
No.
It may not be as fast and as accepted as digital nowadays, but I feel like I'm actually crafting something when I deal with film. Each shot means much more because my camera doesn't have virtually unlimited storage. I find these constraints helpful and helpful for developing my skills as a photographer. I'm unfortunate enough to live close enough to a Walgreens. Oh, I'm fortunate enough. So,
Fortunately or unfortunately?
No. Well, it's Indiana. I don't know if you guys know. They're home of, I'm not sure if it's Walgreens and CVS. Literally every street corner in some of the bigger cities in Indiana, it's a pharmacy. Just
Oh, yes, Walgreens is big.
yes, huge. Yeah. Every street corner. They're everywhere. So if you can't find film, you're not looking in Indiana.
And the stores in 2013, CVS, I know.
He still has 1 hour 35mm processing,
Yep.
and he eventually wants to process his own film and invest in a negative scanner. What scanner, guys?
Epson
B700.
There we go.
That, by the way, that is a worthy investment.
Any film shooter.
Yeah. Any film
Yes.
shooter, it is. I know it's a little pricey, but you will get so much use out of it. And then when you take the step up to like medium format or large format, it's ready to go.
Still there.
Still there.
Yeah.
Yep. And he says, we've been catching up on the podcast. You guys provide a lot of really good info for new film shooters. Keep up the great work, and thanks for the awesome shoot.
This is from Tim James. He says, hello, Mike and the gang. First, I must say, I love the show.
We love him.
And I have done for a number of years now, and have so for a number of years now. It's like catching up with a bunch of friends every couple of weeks.
Oh.
I was going to say psychic researcher. Physics researcher.
Man, psychic research, that was great.
I'm a physics researcher in Melbourne, Australia.
Melbourne. Wow.
And I was reviewing a journal article and looking up some references, and I came across a paper which has a Harvard EDU on it.
Oh, it's a PDF, yeah.
Yes.
What I found was that these researchers at Harvard were using the Polaroid Polograph Instant 35mm black and white slide film to make lithograph masks.
Ooh.
I thought Mike and Leslie would be most interested in the paper.
And you forwarded that to me.
I did.
I read it.
Thank goodness, because I didn't.
It was pretty out there, but boy, they put that film through hell.
Is that right?
It's like they cooked it and radiated it and everything else. It was pretty amazing. It's tough stuff, but interesting article. I don't know what the outcome was.
Was it painful for you to watch them do that to Polygraph? No.
Oh, no.
Why did they put the film through tests?
Not
For
worth
what?
doing unless it's worth overdoing.
There you go.
Because it had to be adapted to their equipment and what they were testing.
Oh.
So
Tim goes on to say, I'm an Australian with a California partner, and she loves
Tim Tams.
especially the dark chocolate or honeycomb ones.
Ooh, honeycomb, Tim. That sounds good.
I have to get out of the lab soon and get a couple of packets to you guys. Yes, you do.
Tim Tams!
yes, I'm still.
You haven't tried?
I have not.
We've been tam free for like 6 months here at FPP.
You're right.
We're jonesing. We
Wow.
are tamless. We are brownless this
Yes.
episode. Mr. Brown has been cut off in the Midwest.
Yep.
Αν θα οδηγήσεις, ποιες? Mr. Brown.
Mr. Brown, αυθεντικός καφές.
So, Tim James, if you find the time, get out of the lab, go down to your local Australia Mart and get some Tim Tam, Aussie Mart, and send some Tim Tams.
In care of Leslie Lazenby, FPP.
Okay, that's fine. FPP Film Photography Project, Film Photography Podcast. And this is, by the way, for anyone out there who wants to send some stuff, cookies, good stuff, chocolate,
Film. Cameras.
Twinkies,
Hostess.
products, drinks,
man.
cakes that are no longer in existence.
They're all getting a funny look in their eye here, and I'm getting a little scared.
P.O. Box 152, Butler, New Jersey, 07405. We love stuff. And actually, the Letterpalooza show I also have a stack of boxes here. You guys have been sending stuff in.
Boxapalooza.
Yeah, thanks, Tim, for the letter.
I think Tim James is now officially Tim Tam.
Let's see what we got
Tim
here.
Tam James.
Oh,
Tim Tammin.
The Tim Tam man.
First of all, this is from Ross Tagashi from Hawaii.
Oh.
You guys know Ross.
Yes.
Ross, I sent Ross a FPP plastic film-tastic debonair that did not work.
Oh.
And he converted it into a
Whoa.
pinhole camera.
This.
Whoa.
Pass this around.
This card is on like fine art watercolor paper, and it's got a beautiful pinhole debonair image.
That's a pinhole.
Pinhole debonair. Look at that.
This is
No, I don't
stunning.
believe you.
Photographed with a pin debonair camera, hands
Holy-
signed and editioned on the back.
That's beautiful.
Look at that.
Gorgeous.
Look at that.
That is unreal.
Look, he drilled in a tripod socket on the bottom.
All right, well, while
Look at
you guys
that.
drool over the camera, can I read?
Yes,
what he
please
said?
do.
Aloha, Mike, and the FPP crew. Enclosed
Mahala.
in this, enclosed in this box is a pinhole camera I converted from one of your debonair toys. I call it a pin debonair. As you can see from the pinhole photograph on this card, the camera makes dreamy, soft-focus, wide-angle images. I hope you find a good home for it. Thank you all for promoting film and analog photography. All the best,
Ross.
Ross.
Yeah, Ross. I found.
AKA Artie Photos.
His
Yes,
Arty photos.
You follow him on. Yeah.
killer.
Artie Photos. We found a home for this camera. My home.
Unless I get out of here with it and he
I will
doesn't
be shooting.
notice.
I'm going to take this in the field first.
Oh,
This is
sure.
great.
He has beautiful handwriting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's a
just wanna let
great
him know that
handwritten
it's
letter,
beautiful,
and
beautiful lettering.
the photograph. Oh, it's beautiful.
This is going in my prized area of my office, along with the SX70 manipulated images from Leslie and the various images that Matt has sent me over the years. And actually, I have some prints from our good friend Nick Leonard
Oh,
Nick
yes.
Leonard.
that he
Yes.
sent me over a year ago.
Oh.
And I have to start putting them on my wall.
Yes.
You didn't break it, did you?
Oh, no. I'm just scoping it.
The question I have is, I have a lomography pinhole camera, and it has a guide on the back. Do you, in your head, Matt, have a guide of, if once you pull the lens off, how many seconds for, 100 ASA film in broad sunlight?
Oh, you can...
Greatly depends on your pinhole size.
yeah, your pinhole size is everything. So usually your pin is somewhere between 256 and 512, generally. It can be as low as the 120, so that's a pretty,
Yeah, that's
that's
pretty
a pretty
wide
big
one.
pinhole.
This one is a small pinhole?
That's probably 300 something.
Maybe.
The FPP Debonair, which was modified for this, is loaded the same way. And if you notice on the bottom, it is a little tricky loading. You have to make sure your open is all the way to open.
Yes.
And it's in the open lever when you're sliding it on. Then
I told you I broke one of my lock
Yeah.
tabs. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't blame it on the camera. That was entirely me. It was like I was just manhandling it. But wow, I think this is probably isn't 312 a standard size or three?
I use a 256.
256.
And that doesn't,
This-
it's hard to eyeball it from this, but...
Yeah, but I would meter for 256. Your nicer, older spot meters, those go up to F90.
192? 256?
No, mine craps out
192?
at 90 something.
What does the Goslin Luna Pro do?
Goslin Pro should go up to 120, 128 or something like that.
I have one right
Mine goes to 90.
Oh, the Minolta?
Minolta 4.
Okay, see, I've got a Minolta 5. I think it goes up a notch.
It probably does.
Maybe.
A lot,
You
a
know
lot of
what?
meters will go to 64, and you can just do the doubling math. Yeah, 128.
128.
So explain that to me.
So let's just assume this is 256. You find what your f-stop is at 128, and you double it.
Okay,
Because
so
everything's half or double.
Yep, half or double. So
Matt, I have to tell you, you're pretty spiffy. With Matt is somewhat of a walking light meter.
He's a walking light meter.
Ridiculous.
Yes, and I have to tell you, I always check it,
that's fine.
and you've always been correct.
Oh well, thank you.
So I'll give you that.
I think I was
Within the
wrong a
bird
couple
word,
times
so-
on the show.
Yeah.
Guessing?
I do not have experience with pinholes. I have experience with everything at f64.
Right.
And I have experience with really crappy film that reciprocity is terrible. So I just a couple minutes.
I did Polaroid 809 in my pinhole.
Oh yes, that's right.
Yes.
What is this? F what?
We're going to see it maybe 250. He might be able to tell you unless he
Hey,
can't.
wait, tape.
256?
256.
That's gonna wipe
Good
right
starting
off my-
point.
Tell you guys how much fun I'm having?
It looks
We are
like you're having
too.
fun.
Seriously.
Oodles and oodles.
Oodles.
of
Oodles and strudels.
I don't want to say I'm having more fun this show than other shows. What show? I'm going to hold off a break. Who wants to hear about the FPP store again? We all do.
We all do.
I don't want to hear about the FPP store.
But I want to we have too much stuff to cover.
Okay.
Here is a
Wow,
box.
that's a big box.
This, I can always tell where it's
Jeezy,
coming
crazy.
from. August 9th, 2012. Now, most of this has been, what's a good word? Pilfered?
possibly.
Pilfered.
Raped and pillaged.
Oh, look at that.
What's in there?
Ooh.
A Viv XM1K.
Ooh. I need this.
Is it a filter?
Did you send this? Leslie's like, did I send that?
You know what? I don't know that I sent that.
You think I just threw it in there?
I think
from
you may
some
have
other
just
box?
threw it in from another box. Now, the Vivitar,
packaging.
maybe, but
How about this?
I think that's from me. Oh, my gosh.
I remember when that
That's
went out.
from me.
Now, well, the great thing about Leslie is that you're very patient. Like, you send stuff and you don't get antsy. You're very patient. When you send a box, you usually check, hey, did it hit the dock? Yes, it did. And then
That's it.
that's it. You wait. You're like, you know that the day will come
The day will come.
where that box gets opened 6 months later. And in it is an amazing Minolta Weathermatic A.
The
if it was like
110 version. There's 3
Oh,
Weathermatics.
that thing looks like it could go underwater in a submarine.
Have you seen one of these?
It's a yellow submarine.
There's 3 Weathermatics.
There are?
Yes.
Tell me.
Yellow. The Weathermatic 110, the 35 millimeter, and the APS.
Is there film in this?
An APS?
Yes, there is.
So,
No.
so Weathermatic.
Oh, okay.
Weathermatic.
It's like an extreme weather camera.
Extreme weather,
Underwater.
scuba,
Scuba.
light scuba.
What about extreme cold?
You see the case?
It's probably okay.
Case floats.
It's a pressurized case. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
No, I meant the
Oh,
the vinyl thing.
Yes, this floats.
That'll
I
float.
think last month we had somebody who.
So if you
asked
take a little
about
dunk,
an
A
extreme
dunk.
an extreme cold
If
camera.
you take a dunkity dunk, Dunkin' Donuts.
take it in the tub with you.
If you dunk it in your coffee. Have you seen the portrait I did of Henry Kuda holding one of these?
Yes, it's on my studio wall.
Okay.
It is, with his little slicker on. And
So these are open-ended. You send these cameras and they're kind of like, Mike, shoot them, give them away, do something with them.
they never have an expectation on my
that's
end.
the criteria.
That's the criteria.
You probably like me in a sense that you just want to see stuff used.
I love to see things used.
Look at this little guy.
Isn't that cute? I'll have people who'll come in and say, oh, my mom had one of those, and I'll just hand it to them. And then I get all weepy and put some film in it and leave. That's the point. Get them excited again.
Is this little guy 35? You know, man, I feel a little guilty. We have not covered at all APS film. My God.
That's all right. move along.
Move along.
APS
You know, there's a lot of
What is
people.
APS film?
APS was a format that was heavily pushed by
Heavily.
by the Big Five.
Oh, look at that. Oh, this is an APS
Right
camera.
in my pocket.
Oh, is
I
it an
just
APS?
finished a roll.
Oh, you
of
finished a
APS.
roll.
Look at that. What is it?
It's a smaller than 35 millimeter format. It's its own
a micro.
cartridge. It's its own cartridge film.
CR2.
How many exposures was it? It's weird. It's like 25 or
No, there's
27.
multiple.
Okay.
Okay. And it's just smaller.
It's
what kind of
smaller.
cameras?
It required its own cameras. That's the thing. It was just a new, quote unquote, new format that required everybody to get new cameras, new processing system.
Processing equipment.
People who did processing it, like, gave them a headache, right? Gave them a bad day.
Hated it.
Because they had to invest in the Kodak technology.
Yes.
Oh, that one's cool.
I knew this was going to be a great show. See, this
Oh
is the
my
kind of show I
goodness.
love.
Now,
Here's an APS camera with
now
APS
if you have
film.
a roll of
You get a
APS film,
CR.
there's little numbers on the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4. If it's on number 1, it's a new roll that's never been exposed.
Oh, those have the codes on them, right?
They do. Codes on
yeah.
the bottom.
So, coming from a lab perspective, Leslie, how much did the labs not want to have anything to do with APS?
Now, we were forced into it.
So just nobody liked it.
Nobody liked it. If you were running a mini lab, the cost was immense to ramp up to do the APS.
Now, were there APS SLRs out there and all that jazz?
There were some higher end APS. I don't know if they were SLR.
I mean,
though.
because this looked like it was contained to the point and shoot.
Oh, my God.
Gimme, shoot it now.
Great, I can't believe it. And that's before I drink the coffee.
I don't think you need coffee at this point, Mike.
No, it's bad.
Might melt. You're so wired it might mellow you out.
It'd be like the first. I don't know if you guys have seen the science fiction. Have seen the science fiction film Reanimator?
No.
No.
Oh, okay. The first
I'm
scene,
sorry.
the guy's eyeball just burst out of his head. He was like,
That's pretty cool. Okay, now you can look on the bottom because when your negatives are processed,
folks, we're talking about APS
APS.
film.
So
Advanced
come back in
photo
15 minutes.
when your negs are processed, they're rolled back into the cassette.
Now, what I do, Leslie, because the technology was, it gets processed,
Yes.
the film comes back in its cartridge,
Yes.
you store it that way.
Yes.
You bring it to your photo finisher whenever you want. It could access, you have a guide.
Yes.
Index
sheet.
Index sheet. Mm-hmm. I have to tell you what I did. I ripped the film completely out of its case and scanned it with sprockets.
Absolutely.
It's a lot more fun.
Yes. Yes.
Because it's such a consumer format. Do you think this camera works?
I don't know.
This is the...
Here's a brand new roll of film if you'd like to try it.
Oh, I would like to try it. I have a roll here, but I'd rather use yours.
This is relatively fresh. 25 exposures.
Oh, I
and I
think
can
we're in
look
good
at the
shape.
top and you see 1, 2, 3, 4, and little different symbols on the bottom of the set.
1, 2, 3, 4. Forget about it.
And this one says number 1, so I know it's brand new and never been used.
1, 2, 3. Forget about it.
If it says 4, it's complete and processed.
What do you think this is? P, H, and C.
Ah, that's panorama. H.
F.
C. They were all different widths of prints, and actually you could choose and have the widest possible print, even printed later.
I have somewhere on the shelf, not handy to reach, a APS single lens reflex camera.
Answer my question. There we go.
Manufactured by...
I'm going to say it's a Pentax. I could be wrong.
Okay.
I'm going to say it's a Pentax. Pentax. Oh, there it goes. Look at that.
Hey.
Look at that.
It's like a science fiction movie when, like, you know, they're trying to figure out the robot and the button, and they don't know that once it engages, death.
It's going to destroy all humans.
Exactly. Kodak Advantix 200.
Did you just open it?
That's the
No.
APS.
Advantix, huh?
How do you know if
Did
it's
it
used
repel
or not?
fleas too?
Number 1. See number 1?
Oh, number 1.
Number 1.
Not
Brand
used.
new, never been used.
2 exposed.
Partially.
Oh, you can take it out.
Partially.
3 done. 4
No,
processed.
Yes, 3 complete but not processed.
And look at this. First time ever on the FPP in all these years, Matt.
Holy smokes.
As he crinkles his nose.
Seriously, this tells
That's
people
my
out
APS
there
face.
listening that anything can happen.
And
we
you
can
do.
talk about APS. That means that, who knows, someday Dwayne Polk may walk through the door.
Oh, I hope he does.
Yes.
And you do know there's black and white APS.
No, not anymore. No, as Inspector Clouseau would say, not anymore.
Well, you can still get it.
So I'm going to put this in, right?
Yes.
Look at that.
Yes.
Close the door.
Yes.
It's alive.
Whoa.
It's preloading all your
Oh,
frames.
it's one of these.
It's one of those.
It preloads it. Look at... There we go. Should I shoot panoramic?
Sure.
You can have any size printed from it later.
I could change my mind midway through?
You can change your mind when you have a reprint made. The APS system
It's the money pit of cameras.
shoots everything super wide, but if you have chosen one of the less wide formats, it will tell the processor that, and they'll print accordingly.
And you'll get a big, long picture?
You get a big, long picture every time, but if you chose the framing for the smaller picture, that's what you'll get back. Wish I could remember what
Wow.
they termed
Well,
them as.
Leslie, you know what? Boxes from floors of Dusty Studios. Really, this has been great. I'm really glad we finally talked about APS film,
APS.
intro to APS. I understand it's not manufactured anymore, but online, you get it everywhere.
You can. You can
Get
still-
it now.
And you can actually buy brand new APS cameras.
That. What's
This
that?
is a little Fuji.
It's that little pop-up mirror?
Little pop-up, yep. Little pop-up mirror.
Looks like one of those
And
portable wireless
this is
speakers.
available new from
Who?
Ultrafine Online.
Oh, ultrafine. Yep.
Get out.
Yes.
What do they charge for that?
I think $29.
You're kidding. And it's
Yeah.
very similar to this, you think?
Very similar. A Vivitar probably really is a nicer camera.
Does that have the panoramic as well?
Yes.
Let's listen to this, folks.
It's beautiful.
Nice.
Now listen to this.
Ooh.
Take a picture of us, Lauren.
Picture. All right, which one is it?
Oh, you just press
The
the button.
silver button?
Yeah.
Oh man, it's panoramic.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh.
Took me forever to get it
Oops.
out.
Where can you get
Oh,
film
thank you.
developed for this again?
Well,
CDS?
no.
Oh.
Most
I will probably send mine to the dark.
all the old color labs still have a machine that did take APS. They just
Do
don't
they?
want it.
Right.
Oh, okay.
I'm positive this will go to the dark room for me.
Okay. Thedarkroom.com.
Thedarkroom.com.
Our good buddy Phil.
Thedarkroom.com.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's Okay, next up. Hey, you know what? Quick break.
First time I held these shots in my hand, I knew I had to tell people about the Kodak Advantix camera. Look at that one. I think we broke up right after that. Hey, can I tell you about the Kodak Advantix? Take a look through there. It's drop and loading. People get such a kick out of this. It's like magic. It's got 3 picture sizes. Panoramic, you could span all of that. Right. Or you could take a bunch with yours and just staple them together. That's pretty neat. Can you find the picture of me sleeping?
When did we do it?
Right here on my index print. I like to think that I'm an ambassador of the Kodak Advantix camera.
Hey, it's Mike here. I'm here in the FPP store with Matt, Lauren, and Leslie.
Hey.
I'm here to talk about Kodak film. I want everyone to go to thefilmphotographystore.com. That's our store, to pick up a roll of Kodak film. Why, Matt?
Hey, well, because we have some of the best prices on the web. Bar
That's
none.
right.
The best.
And what else? We have extremely fast shipping.
Oh.
Super fast.
Super fast.
Yes.
Speed of light.
Super fast. I think people are very happy because our FPP are very technological, in-computer, shipper, works directly with the U.S. Postal Service. So the shipping price is the actual weight of the product.
When people buy a roll of film online, they're
It's
like,
$12.
They're like, great, it's a $2 roll of film. But yeah, now it's $15 after shipping.
FPP Store. Everything in the store is in stock. We have lightning fast shipping, thanks to William. Thanks, William. We have excellent shipping prices, and we now have the best prices on the web for Kodak Ektar, Kodak Portra 160 Portra, 400 T-Max, Tri-X.
Forget about the superstores online.
Superstores. You can get beautiful, fresh...
Is that fresh?
Fresh Kodak film directly from filmphotographyproject.com. Click the store button. Lightning fast.
Fresh?
So fresh it should be slapped.
Exactly. I was going to say so fresh that will give a strudel mouth. Fresh mouth.
What's so great about buying from the film photography store? I will tell you.
It supports this show.
What show?
The Film Photography Project. That's right. We are passing along the best price to you. Filmphotographystore.com 2013 Kodak film. Thank you very much.
Quick
Hey,
break.
we're back.
This is from Scott Harkness. Hello, I don't know much about instant photography or photography itself, but my girlfriend is a photography major and is really into the Polaroid instant film.
Good for her.
I know she has an old 900 film camera, but that film's no longer available, and was pretty heartbroken after they ceased production of her desired film. I looked for it too more recently, and I stumbled upon the Impossible Project, but with no luck. My question to you would be, which film camera model would be available that would get her as close to 900 film, but is readily available for purchase online? I know she prefers outdoor scenery over portraits of people, if that helps at all. I was maybe thinking a land camera, but you would know better than me. Sincerely, Scott.
Scott.
So, you know what?
900, no good, no.
No,
Forget about
Pack
it.
camera, land camera. So I would say if she has a 900 and she wants the same look, assuming she shot the 900, something with a nice glass lens, maybe 250, 350.
You can go plastic or you can go glass. If you're going to go glass, the two favorites are, and this is why we stock them in the FPP store, the two favorites are the 100th, the original. You can't beat the 100th, the original.
Cannot beat the 100.
It's classic. It's beautiful. Don Draper from Mad Men uses it. How can you go wrong?
How can you go wrong?
If you want a little bit more fancy schmancy, the 250 is a very good camera. It's mostly known for its Zeiss viewfinder. It's a very well-made camera. If you're going to go plastic, I have to tell you, a very popular camera at the FPP is Polaroid 104. We sell it for $39.99. You can't beat it. Doesn't have a rangefinder, has an index finder, but you know what? Puts out good pictures. You want a rangefinder plastic, you can go with the 320, which has a hot shoe on it. Hot shoe.
Shoe.
Unheard of. A built-in hot shoe thanks to Professor Mark Dalzell. Or something like Matt still uses the Polaroid 420.
I do, and it's still my go-to for
That's right.
pack cameras.
But that is the way to go. Because a
Definitely.
lot of listeners, they'll find the old roll, the 900. What was some of the other? Those
47, 42 with the roll sizes, I believe,
Yes.
for those.
The 800.
The 800,
Yep.
the J66.
J. Jeff gave me a J.
Did he? There's a J33.
There might be a 55 or something like
Of course,
that.
the
yeah.
really rare 195s, 110As.
Oh, yeah. You know, and there's another option, and we got to see it from Joseph Brunges at
Okay.
the PDN. He had a Razzle 900.
Razzle.
Which is
Oh,
a
that's
4x5 rangefinder coupled converted 900 camera. It's turned into a rangefinder 4x5 camera that can shoot instant film or regular film. Regular. Sheets.
Sheet.
So that's always another option. That's a much more expensive option than a
Much more
Polaroid land camera. Hey, you know, where can Scott go to get a Polaroid automatic land camera for his girlfriend?
I spend a lot of time going through these cameras so that they work properly and they're solid, and we guarantee them. If you have a problem with it, you just send it back, and I send you another one. FPP Store, filmphotographyproject.com. Hit the store button. That is the best place. If you want to try your luck, I always encourage people to go to ebay.com. All you have to do is quiz the seller about the battery compartment. Is there any corrosion in the battery compartment? If the answer is no, then online, of course, at the film photography store, you could find a original Polaroid type battery. What's in that, Leslie? Swivel that around here. Let's see what we got.
This has the original.
Oh, look at that!
Look at that.
Look at that.
For some reason, I've stuffed packing peanuts in here, too.
Polaroid automatic land camera. That is the way to go. That is,
not being inverted.
it's an awesome film format. Thank you, Matt.
Hey, thanks. Hey, I just got an email from Shawshank.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, like just Shawshank. Do you have more boxes?
This is a box. I do have more boxes. This is a box from... Uh-oh.
I know where that's from.
It's from you.
Yes.
This is
Well,
from,
look at the box. The box itself is a little bit of a giveaway.
Oh, yeah.
Master carton of film.
Yep. This is a box from Leslie from Imagine That. We have a...
Ninja Turtles 110 cam. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, if anybody has not been around since the 80s.
Turtle power.
The 110 camera in here. Oh,
the split pics.
Split pics.
The cheapest, most irritating camera in the world.
Pretty awesome.
You have to think. I mean,
split frame 110.
Split frame 110.
Automatically resets your...
It resets. You shoot half frames on one, not double exposed.
110 split pics. Wow.
Are you ready?
I'm not ready.
Oh, you should be.
Oh, look at that.
And it is the infamous...
Ooh.
The infamous Velveeta cheese.
The cheese camera.
Shells and cheese dinner camera.
Nice. Delicious.
Isn't that wonderful?
My goodness.
That's so cute. It's cheese-alicious.
This is like a bottomless box. We have two Kodaks, a trim light, instant. We got the Velveeta cheese.
A Mickey Matic. Is that not great?
Mickey Matic.
Mickey Matic.
Some
Mickey
Kodacolored
Matic
gold.
came in pink for the girls and blue for the boys.
Excellent.
And so there you got your original packaging Mickey Matic.
People would buy these.
They love those.
By the droves.
Yep.
Thousands of people.
Nice.
An
Mickey Mouse
offer?
picture frame.
An offer.
Oh.
Mickey Mouse picture frame when you purchase this Mickey Mouse camera outfit by Kodak. Limited edition ceramic frame featuring Mickey Mouse. Ooh. Offer expires December 31st, 1991.
Just missed it.
Just missed
That
it.
goes 1991.
Yes. And of course that was sold at Disney.
Yeah,
there
oh, yeah.
again, by the droves.
Disney
when you
store,
said
everywhere.
Everywhere.
And in the bottom is an outfit. The Kodak Pocket Instamatic 20 camera outfit. Look at that.
Kodak Pocket Instamatic.
Whoa!
With some of those incredibly rare
Magic cubes.
Magic cubes.
That is excellent. Hey, Matt, what do you got in your lap?
All the gifts. This was holiday intended gift, but still
Never too
a
late.
great gift. Yes, never too late. From Andrew Bolton in Calgary, Alberta.
Okay.
Ugh. Oh, there are to and from.
Isn't it nice the way these people pack these for
Oh
us?
my gosh, the presentation, the letters, everything. All right, so we have a lovely PZ color protection shot.
Cute.
Happy holidays from Andrew in Georgette, it says. And here's the letter. The letter. Happy holidays, eh? I've been listening to The Shoe since episode 8 or thereabouts. Both me and my wife, Georgette, shoot film. Hey, a couple that shoots film. The couples that shoot film together stay
together.
I actually proposed to my wife using a Polaroid, using Impossible film.
No way.
While on a gondola boat in Vegas. Who says
Oh,
romance is dead?
I'm still not breathing over that.
She likes her Holgas and SX70s, and I like my old 120 TLRs and box cameras, and and pack film cameras, which are basically anything that's fun to shoot. That being said, I have a wee bit of gas. Here are a few extra cameras that I don't need that you can give away. As far as I know, everything's in working order, except for the disc film camera. It might need a new battery. There's a satisfying double click in the color pack, but you'll have to reattach the rubber eye cup inside the camera as it would not fit in the box without squishing it. You'll have to repurpose some film for the 620s and 126s, and I've gotten good at dremeling the 120 film to fit in the 620s.
My God, what a
Anyway,
man.
I'm sure somebody will enjoy these. Keep up the good shoes, Andrew. P.S. You know how much pack film costs in Canada? It's
Yes.
10 or less in the States, but 30 in Canada.
It's incredible.
Highway robbery. P.P.S. Do you have any shipping tips for instant pack film in the freezing winter months? The last thing I want is my film outside in the negative 20 C weather while
my
I'm at work.
goodness.
We have an Instamatic 124.
Oh, 126 format, 124 camera.
Yeah, 124 camera. This is an Instamatic X15.
Oh, look at that.
We have a brand new sealed
That's what I want.
Easy Picks Mountain Dew can.
All right. All right. Check it
Oh
out.
my
Check it
god.
out.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
35. This is a 35 millimeter Easy Pix Mountain Dew cam.
Love
We have
it.
a Kodak Disc 4100 cam.
Oh, that's an original. Second series.
A Brownie Hawkeye.
Oh, yeah.
Flash.
Classic.
Nice clean finder on it. 2 Brownie Hawkeye
Let's
flash
shoot
cameras.
stereo.
I think we should send these to a boyfriend, girlfriend.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Couple cams.
Couple cams.
Obviously, this should have been the
And
Valentine's
a lovely
Day.
Polaroid
box.
Color Pack 2.
Whoa, look at
Oh,
that.
hey.
Wow, well, thank you very much, Andrew
the
and
IPS back
Georgette.
on?
This is, wow. This is a great set of cameras.
Andrew sent in that box of goodies a Polaroid Color Pack 2 camera. One of my faves. Nice.
Spreader bars rather than rollers.
Yes, spreader bars. Let's see if that shutter works.
All right.
That sounds good to me.
Excellent.
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 What's going on with the Debonair, Matt? It seems like everyone loves it.
Everyone loves the Debonair. I mean, we read some letters about the Pinhole Debonair, people modifying the Debonair, people shooting Polaroids of the Debonair, people doing all sorts of crazy cool things I could never even imagine with the Debonair, but I can understand because it's such a fun little plastic camera to use. Like, we have a finite supply of this stuff.
Well, when I first announced that we had 2,000 Debonair cameras, I think that folks were taken aback.
Like, oh my God.
But in fact, we have far more, many, many more than 2,000 listeners. And our listeners are so excited about shooting that the fact is that in 1 year's time from today, let's say, Matt, I think that we're going to be down. I think inventory is going to be on the low.
Oh, I think they'll be gone. Yeah.
Yeah, because folks have been jumping on the Debonair bandwagon. First of all, why not? It's a medium format camera that puts out an amazing image, sharp in the middle, a little dreamy on the outside, and it's $20.
You can't beat it. Everybody's got $20.
Yeah. But what feedback have you been hearing?
Nothing but good things. And the funniest part is it's coming from folks that I know are typically very critical about toy cameras or anything like that in general. I think the price helps. I think the really nice sharp image in the middle helps.
Oh, yes.
And the ability, the hot shoe, that's huge, Mike. That's huge.
Yeah,
Being able to use a hot shoe with that. Once we posted what the shutter speed was on there, people are getting really good daylight results.
Yep.
And who loves sprockets more than me?
Oh my, sprockets look amazing on it.
Sprockets.
Now's the time our sprockets when we dance.
In fact, I want to get another cat just so I can name it Sprockets.
Carry it around everywhere you go now.
Yeah, I just polished off a roll while we were talking.
And Leslie, are you still shooting with the Debonair?
I am. I think mine's currently loaded once again with 35.
It is. You like the sprockets?
I love the sprockets.
Sprockets.
So what do you think the bottom line, what is the appeal, Matt?
Price.
Yep.
The look.
Yep.
Flash.
Not intimidating.
Not intimidating. Sprockets.
Throw in 35 sprockets.
I mean, it's just no adapters, no any special stuff. It's just ready to go. It's on you. It's light. Weight can be a thing. I mean, I go from a 5-ounce camera to a 51-pound beast.
Mm-hmm.
There's a difference.
All you have to do, by the way, now these days is if you Google FPP Debonair, boom, you're right there.
You're on
Great.
it.
Probably just Debonair camera.
Yeah, FPP Debonair. I appreciate the update because sometimes me being like an inmate here at the FPP studio.
The compound.
Yeah, not getting out much. You're out talking. I think you're a little more social on the web as well.
Oh, nah.
People are shooting with them and really loving them.
Oh, very much so. And there's a lot of younger folks that neither Leslie or I know that just come into Imagine That because she's got the Debonairs. It's really cool.
Imagine That. Where's Imagine That?
Lovely downtown Findlay, Ohio.
That's right. Let's read a quick letter.
Yeah.
Love the podcast. I try to listen as often as I can through iTunes. I was wondering, this is great because we've been talking about this. Do you know of any cameras that will take the smaller Fuji FP100C or 3000B, but also has the option of full manual control, i.e. aperture shutter speed, preferably with a metering system? This is from Hassel. He says it's a bit like Hassel as in Hasselblad, but replace the A with an E from wet. So Hessel. So this letter tells me, because he mentions a smaller format, he probably shoots large format.
Probably.
So he wants to know, is there a fully manual? Because we're always talking about the automatic land cameras, which take the pack film. Mm-hmm. They are automatic.
195, 180. That's what I'm voting for.
Okay. Polaroid 195, 180. Some shooters want the full manual. Personally, I use the Polaroid automatic land cameras because they're automatic.
It doesn't, yeah.
You know, if I want to go full manual, there's also the 110A, the 110B.
Yes, you're correct.
Which need to be converted.
Yep.
But once they get converted, those are beautiful cameras.
Those are good to go.
They don't have a metering system in them. It says preferably with a metering system. I suggest Beta Botka from NYU suggests, which is
Gossen Luna Pro F.
Metering system. And I promise you, folks, this year I will find that audio tape of Beta Botka himself
please do.
on my home answering machine from the year 1986. He called me at home, which was, I have to tell you, folks, quite a thrill.
I have one of those on my answering machine from Professor Jeff.
Oh, you do?
I do.
Oh, you know what? I have something secret to tell you guys. This is unknown. A big secret here at FPP is that here in the studio, there is a phone. No one answers this phone. I don't answer this phone. The FPP phone is a studio phone that rings and it has a phone machine on it. If you leave a message, it creates a WAV file that gets emailed to me.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So,
that is
folks out
extreme.
there listening, you can call this phone and leave a message. Like you could say,
Hey, this is Darren Pancho O'Reilly calling from the UK.
you can call and leave a message, and we'll play it on the show.
Oh.
Keep it brief and keep it clean. 973 is the area code. 850-6330.
Definitely not toll-free.
Not toll-free. If you call that number, you'll immediately go to a machine, and we will play that message. So introduce yourself.
Hey, this is Joe Schmo from Idaho. And I want to tell you, I love Polaroid pack film.
Or,
hey, this is Barbara Sunshine from, where?
Paducah.
yeah, Paducah.
And I love the Film Photography Podcast.
Great. You're going to make instant bumpers for us, audio bumpers.
I love it.
It'll be awesome and exciting.
Yes.
When we come back, we're going to be talking about the fastest SLR in the country. Hey, Mike Rosso here, FPP. We're here at Tony's Touch of Italy with Matt and Lauren and Leslie and myself, and we're celebrating the fact that FPP Store, filmphotographystore.com, now carries not only Kodak film, but Kodak film at a price that matches, if not beats, all the big online stores. What does that mean?
That means that I don't have to shop anywhere else for film. Ever. Just FPP filmphotographystore.com is going to be the one-stop shop for all of my film, 35mm, 120, instant photography, and, those great little plastic film-tastic cameras on the side.
Super positive.
Leslie, what's it mean?
It's one-stop shopping. It's quick shipping. And we ship international. No problems. Very important, sure. We're not going to leave anybody out.
A big part of the FPP community is the international listener base. I would say a little over 50%. And now they have an outlet, and a very cost-efficient outlet, and we're getting it to you. So get out there, order your favorite emulsions, your Portras, your Ectars, your T-Max, Tri-X. Get it. Get it now. filmphotographystore.com.
Hey, we're back. Leslie?
Yes.
I was intrigued to know that something existed that's called a Minolta 9Ti. Now, I noticed you kind of keeping it under wraps, like you're not exactly using it. You look like you don't want to use it.
No, we don't want to use this.
Is it a museum piece?
It is a museum piece.
Is it rare?
It's rare.
Tell us all about it.
I'll tell you all about it. The 9X series in general was the third generation Maxim. Talking Minolta Maxim.
Okay.
The very last and almost really considered the avatar of the whole system. Digital kicked in pretty heavy at this point is the 9Ti. Ti titanium body. Ooh. It is, by some, considered the best built camera ever made. With a highly debatable. Yes. They say this camera is pretty much built like a tank. Nope, this thing's built like an aircraft carrier.
It's impressive to look at.
It is. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Now, maybe before we get too far into it...
Was that the lens that came with it?
No lens came with it. That's just my universal go-all Minolta A mount lens.
Right.
There are Dynexes. Maxims, Alphas. Depends on your country. They made Maxim for U.S., Dynex for Europe. Alpha was the Japanese version. Now, the cool part about that camera, it was introduced in 1999 to celebrate the Minolta's 75th anniversary, and it is an all-titanium body. This thing has everything on it.
All the seals and all
absolutely. In fact, the shutter button.
Oh, seal.
I think there is one in there. The shutter button has an O-ring seal. The viewfinder actually is epoxied in. It's a resin seal in there. They want to keep it dust and moisture resistant. Has grip start, eye start. Grip start, eye start. Grip start, it looks slightly cosmetic on the grip. There's 2 little strips. When you squeeze that, all the electronics start up. When you get your eye within 18.5 to 21.2, 21.1, I believe, millimeters, the camera focuses for you.
It's crazy. Like, I'm not even holding...
No,
my eye is just there, and it's starting
grip
to focus.
Start. There you go, grip start.
I got to grip start it?
It
Watch
has
this. I'm going to take my hand off.
100% field of view in the viewfinder. A lot of them can be as low as 93%. Everything you see in that viewfinder will be on your film. No more, no less.
This is a very quick and snappy focus.
Snappy, I like that word.
Snappy. Snazzy. Whew. Does have a little pop-up flash.
Oh, does it?
Kind of neat. But see, titanium, of course, very durable because you can.
It looks like Terminator camera.
It does. The shoe is stainless steel.
This is built a lot, even like sturdier than my
stainless steel
old EOS ones.
And when you think about every feature on there, you can choose fast or slow rewind. So that's very nice for these people recently that we've had in extremely cold situations. You don't want your film to rewind super fast.
It'll shred it.
It will snap, or you'll get static marks. And that's never pretty. You can even choose...
That's right, Strudel. It's not pretty.
It isn't. You can choose an automatic or manual rewind. So this is nice if you're a wedding photographer and you're shooting during the ceremony. You get to the end of the roll. You can delay winding it till later. You don't have to go while you're running out of the sanctuary because everything's nice and quiet. You can choose whether or not you want to have the leader left in or out on your film.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I think so. Especially we darkroom people. See, that's just one minor thing that this thing does.
Have these features carried through to any other models? Do you know of?
A lot of the 9 series did. The 9XI, it's pretty meaty.
It's hefty.
Shutter release lock. Do you know what the shutter release lock is? You don't put any film in there, it doesn't fire.
Yep.
You can turn that off or on. You want your frames to count up, you want your frames to count down. And these are, incredibly minor things. The big deal is how durable it is. Also, the big deal is the fact that they only made 1,000. There's only supposedly 400 Maxims.
What is the value of this camera being 1,000 made? I mean, it's nothing.
Right now they sell maybe for about $1,400. There's 400 Maxims, 400 Dynex, maybe about 300 Alphas. Supposedly, the UK only got 40.
Oh, geez.
So it was an incredibly limited camera. As your dealership, you were allowed 2. Highly allocated. You get this camera that does everything, that's built like the bomb. I find it amazing because I think you really need to be a dedicated user to use all the features and to respect it. You know, everything this thing does. But was the TI meant to be used?
That is
that's the big question because there aren't very many. So I got my 2 in when we had the Minolta dealership. I got my 2 in and I sold them.
Oh, you did?
I did. And then I thought, wait a minute. I want one of these.
You unsold them.
I didn't. I called my rep up and I said, I don't remember his name now. John Rep from Minolta. I said, is there any way I can get another 9 Ti? I'd really like to have one for myself.
Right.
Yeah. He said, well.
No.
Flat out. Get it off the street. Come see me in the back alley. I'll see when I got my coat. There were dealers that did not participate in it, or there are dealers that did not sell them. And they would be turned back in. So I did get this one. Now, Matt, if you flip it over, would you read the serial number on the bottom?
Whoa, that's not right. 0004.
No way.
That should have never, ever gotten out of Ramsey, New Jersey. Minolta Corporation, 101 Williams Drive, Ramsey, New Jersey.
So that's the fourth one ever made.
Typically in a camera production, if it's a large production, they may keep the first 100. Corporate gifts, things like that.
Of course.
Typically on this smaller run, they probably should have kept the first 10.
Incredible.
And it's number 4.
And you have number 4.
And I have number 4.
That really is museum.
I can honestly say I've been playing around with the focus like the whole time you guys have been talking. That's why I don't have.
Matt's been like
well, I mean,
mesmerized.
I'm used to the EOS 1 series, and those are pretty fast. This is incredibly fast focusing, on par with the newest digital you have today as far as focusing. It's got these beautiful rubberized mode dials. It doesn't sound like a big deal, but they're all sealed, and you can feel when it actually moves. It's not gonna it's not all loosey-loose. It's not gonna slide into some other mode. And there's only 4 modes, because you don't even need all those modes on your dial.
Another thing that does is it actually remembers the exposure data on the last 7 rolls.
Whoa!
So you go back and pull something up. If you take a roll of film out halfway and rewind it and put it back in and say I was on frame 13, you don't have any overlapping. You don't have any wide space.
Whoa.
And should you need to shoot cheetahs in Ohio, lovely downtown Findlay, that will crank out at 1.
Did you hear about the cheetah outbreak a few months ago?
Oh, no.
We can always go to this.
Running down Main Street, Findlay, Ohio.
Jumanji.
65 miles an hour.
You went out from your store, imagine that, and you had your camera in hand.
I did.
Captured it all.
Captured them, froze them. Why?
Wow.
Why?
Because I could shoot on 1/12,000th of a second shutter speed.
Everyone home was like
5.5 frame motor drive.
Whoa! So
just rips
burn
them,
a roll of film in just no time.
No time.
1/12.
Most of this body is so it can cool the film because it's moving so fast.
It's intercooled.
Nice.
It's turbocharged, intercooled. Oh. No.
And the eye start on this is insane because I've shot an EOS. Is it the 2 or the 3? It has the eye focus, the eye point focus, where you move your eye and it tries to focus in that direction. No, eye start. This is snappy. It always does. It's center weighted focusing, but
doesn't have to be.
Obviously,
you can choose your different ones.
Yeah, you can set the points, but the eye focus is just crazy fast.
Crazy.
And it's such a shame that they made something like this with such limited numbers.
I'm sure a lot of people don't know about this just because of the limited numbers, but wow.
It's a secret. Les, that's a secret. This show has been the best show. What show?
What show?
Look at that kit.
Is this not a beautiful
It looks like a lomography case, right?
Yes, it
Red
does.
velvet lining.
And I've put exactly 1 roll of film through it.
Oh, you have? Well, I thank you for actually taking it out of Findlay, Ohio. Did you have to call the Minolta registry to tell them it's leaving the state?
Yes, I did. And actually, I've started, although I'm the only member, Flickr group for the 9TI.
Wait. You started a Flickr group?
Yeah, I did.
You did?
I did.
No one else is in it?
No, it's just me.
What are you going to do? You're not shooting any more film with it.
No, it's kind of a registers. Where did you get it?
Oh.
What's your serial number? Do you know its history?
Okay.
That kind of thing. Just to kind of get a grip, because there's a few numbers
the question I have to everyone out there listening, is anyone listening, is anyone out there, anyone else on the FPP network?
I bet we got one.
Having Minolta 9TI. We need to know. Podcast at filmphotographyproject.com. What do you think? Do you think there's anybody out there that has one?
Or leave us a message. Call the studio and leave a message.
Oh, what's that number, Leslie?
I love that. That number is 973-850-6330.
You're not going to get a person. You're going to leave a message.
Yeah.
Wow. Did we miss anything on the Minolta 9?
It simply just does everything. You know, flash. You can choose your rear shutter.
One hell of an event camera.
Yeah, we could just roll. We could
HSS
just put the show away. There's nothing else to discuss because now we've seen the ultimate camera.
Avatar.
That's one hell of a 35mm camera.
Wow.
And it is.
Hey, we'll be right back.
Bruce Jenner for the Minolta XG1.
The Minolta XG1 35mm is so automatic, I can keep taking pictures while my friend Jeff kicks the ball from sunlight to shadow. The XG1 changes the exposure not just automatically, but continuously. Minolta's continuous automatic exposure system helps give you pictures you never thought you could take at a price you never thought you could afford. The Minolta XG1, the automatic choice in automatic cameras.
Hey, this is Michael Rosso, host of the Film Photography Podcast, and a huge thank you to folks out there who have donated to the FPP over the last few months or year. All of us here at the Film Photography Podcast are volunteers, and that's why we ask you to donate. If you love the FPP and really dig the podcast and continued blogs, videos, then please consider donating to the Film Photography Project. And you could do so very easily by either finding a camera, a film camera that works, and consider donating it to the show. Do you have any excess film that you're not shooting? Or if you can make a contribution, you can easily do that on the FPP Film Photography Project site and click Donate. Everything that's received is used for the Film Photography Project and its podcast, for our monthly giveaways, and any monies that are made in the FPP store just fuel the podcast. Let's keep these shoes going in 2013 and beyond. The Film Photography Podcast. It's here for you.
That's right, yeah. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Hey, our good friend, we'll go through the Jagotsi box.
Hey, Jagotsi.
Hey, Jagotsi.
Our good friend Joyce Godsey.
Yes.
She's been listening to the FPP for quite a long time.
Forever.
I believe that Jagotsi is from Boston. What does it say there on the box?
Boston.
Methuen, Massachusetts.
Oh, okay. Methuen, Massachusetts. Now, Joyce cleaned out her apartment, or her house, at the end of 2012. She, purged.
Oh, my God.
God bless her.
She sent really awesome stuff to the FPP. We're going to be testing these, running rolls through these, and giving these away in 2013.
Give it away, give it away.
This is the next 6 months of giveaways.
Yeah, we have some
Holy
amazing
cow.
stuff. Which one? This one.
There. What
Wow.
do we got?
This one's Super Rico Flex.
Yeah.
That looks like a big debonair. Like a...
It's a Holga.
This has
Oh, okay. I was like, it's a
There's
debonair
two Holgas.
God, look at these.
I hate to say this. This has got a little fungus among us.
That's good.
We don't talk about fungus enough.
Oh, what about fungus?
It was just simply
It was a big topic on the FPP
Flickr
discussion. Headed up by PX Exposures. What's his name?
Nate Matos.
PD Exposures.
PD Exposures. PDX.
He was afraid that, very much like in John Carpenter's The Thing, that the fungus would jump off from a camera and infect.
Theoretically, yes, it can, because mold spores are everywhere. There's millions of them everywhere. But here's the thing about where we're at.
Got a light meter even.
With Leslie I and Lauren, Findlay, Ohio, it's pretty dry.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well.
Mold's not going to do too much there. It's not very humid a lot of the year. If you're somewhere you're somewhere coastal.
Just a second. I gotta clip it so I don't want to. Rico Flex.
Oh, hold on.
Countdown to pizza.
That are your Hot Pockets done.
Hot Pockets!
Is this like a post show?
No, we're still trying to do stuff.
Oh, are we?
So, on top of all these great other cameras that Joyce sent, she sent a bunch of light meters, Mike.
Oh, yes, she did.
We have a Calamar light meter.
Calamari.
We have this beautiful analog Sekonic meter. It's a very old one.
Sekonic!
It still works.
Red eye reduction.
Ooh, Pentax point and shoot.
The 1QZOOM EZ.
Ooh, this one's nice. We have a Weston Master universal exposure meter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing these are for some of the manual Holgas. Yeah.
And your apartment really looks nice now, all clean.
Yes, it does, Joyce. Thank you very much. These will all go to great use. I really appreciate the fact that you sent these to the FPP. We're going to be rotating these in, rotating these out, shooting with them.
Shooting one today.
Shooting them. I was going to suggest reading some more letters, but I have to tell you, it's almost time to go. Leslie, will you test that Rico Flex?
I would be happy
The
to.
Jagotsi Super Rico Flex. Is it a 120 or a 620?
120.
120.
It's a 120.
A 120.
Already scoped it out.
That would be awesome, and you'll notify us of the
I will.
stuff you get
And I'm
there.
sure it's going to work perfectly because I'll love it.
Yeah. Folks, you go to filmphotographyproject.com. We'll have notifications of whatever the meetups are this year, FPP Midwest Meetup. It's going to be a time to meet and greet myself, Matt, Lauren, Leslie from Imagine That, and who knows who's going to show up.
We could have some other dignitaries.
We don't know.
It's possible the mayor of Findlay might stop in.
Mayor of Findlay, who knows? We're going to try to get Mark O'Brien.
Mark O'Brien would love to be there. I bet you John Meadows would be there.
That would be great. FPP listener John Meadows.
Brandon.
And who knows? Christopher Walken. More cowbell, please. Yep. We don't know.
Maybe Professor Jeff.
Professor Jeff's definitely showing
We might even tie it in with a Polaroid party.
That would be
Wouldn't that be
amazing.
great?
A party within a party.
Nothing like it.
It would be a great. Yep. I'm sure the Strudel will show up. Maybe Lauren will come down with her Polaroid 210 automatic land camera. Is that still working?
Yes.
Nice.
Squeaky 210?
Yeah, the squeaky 210. And I'm sure that we're going to have some APS film on hand. Some Kodak disc.
I do have some fresh APS film in.
Oh, you do?
I sure do.
Where'd you get it?
Ultrafine online. I did, so I stock it. So So just in case you can't get any,
Yeah.
before you come down, I'll hook you up.
Yep. This has been fun, Matt.
This has been a whole heck of a lot of fun.
2013, the year of shooting film. Hey, Flap. How you doing? How you doing, Flap?
Mother, stop it.
It's Laura is with the strudel. She's flapping his ears like. Ooh. And hey, we'll see you next time.